Okay, how about now? Lene, can you hear me? And Bunny? I've switched over. So still no sound? I'll wait for somebody to answer me. Still no sound? Let me see. You can. Okay, so now you can. Exactly. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So I'm going to start from the top and I'm going to say, welcome to a mini late night lattes and laughter and life. I don't know how much laughter we're going to have tonight, but um, it's going to be about life. And so excuse me, when I saw, excuse me, when I saw and heard about the Michigan coach, okay, um, it broke my heart. And I was looking at all the comments and the memes and the things that the men and women were talking about today on social media, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. There was just a lot, right? And I had said I wanted to, well, not that I wanted to, I'm just saying yesterday when I heard it, when the news broke, I said to God, "Ooh, I really feel compelled to say something." And I don't know why. Well, I do know why, but I thought maybe I was hearing things until I wasn't. And the more I said I wasn't going to do it, the more God was saying, yes, you are going to talk about it. And so, no tea, no shade, no gossip, none of that. Good, Bunny. Thank you. None of that. None of that. None of that. That's not what this is about. This is about we as the body of Christ. This world we live in is foul. And so, what are we going to do, or what can we do? And so, let me read. You know, Proverbs is a great book. Solomon is wise, and some of the things I had taught on Proverbs before, a couple of chapters, but there are certain verses that I just wanted to pull and then say why and how they apply to this Michigan guy. Um, the first one is Proverbs 9, and it starts at verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For through me your days will be many, and years will be added to your life. If you are wise, your wisdom will reward you. If you are a mocker, you alone will suffer. Here's where we get to. Verse 13 says, the woman folly is loud. She is undisciplined and without knowledge. She sits at the door of her house on a seat at the highest point of the city, calling out to those who pass by who go straight on their way. Let all those that are simple come in here. She says to those who lack judgment. Stolen water. This is the crust of what I'm talking about. Stolen water is sweet. Food eaten in secret is delicious. But little do they know that the dead are there, that her guests are in the depths of the grave. Proverbs 10, and I'm gonna put it all together with what I want to say, and then we're gonna end. Proverbs 10 says, 10:9 says, the man of integrity walks securely, but he who takes crooked paths will be found out. Did he get found out? Yeah. He who winks maliciously, this is verse 10, causes grief, and a chattering fool comes to ruin. He told the wrong person. And then chapter 11, Proverbs 11, verse 13. A gossip betrays a confidence, but a trustworthy man keeps a secret. Homegirl wasn't trustworthy. But then the situation they were in wasn't trustworthy. Um, for lack of guidance, a nation falls, but many advisors make victory sure. And then my last one, here we go. Proverbs 12, 1 and 18. So 18 says, reckless words pierce like a sword, but the tongue of the wise brings healing. Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only a moment. And 12:1, 12:1. Whoever loves discipline loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. So 6 months ago, this is just I'm just speaking on what I've read, what I've heard, what they said on the news. And I you got to be careful. And then our world is already, hello Cherie, the this hit me hard. And why did it hit me hard? It's personal, it resonates. It's personal to me. For those of you who have ever been in a betrayal situation, it's just not nice. So my prayers and my heart and my thoughts go out to this coach's wife. But then I thought, we live in a world where it's just okay. This is just okay until it's not. And I am just in amazement how many people, men and women, are willing to give up everything for a moment of what you think is pleasure. Yeah, no. The next latte, because it's not going to be tonight, my heart can't stand it, is there's an elephant in the room. There's a big fat elephant in the room, and we as a people need to talk about it. Shannon Sharp hit on it today when he said, oh, I've been through this. I know the kind of storm that Moore is going through. So anyway, well, Laura, why is it breaking your heart? And I've had some girlfriends who called in today to tell me, we don't care. He did it to himself. He did, as the kids say, and did. But oh my, didn't he fall? Pride comes before a fall. Arrogance. When you are arrogant and think, I'm going to get what I want when I want, it doesn't matter. So what about I have a family? So what, I have a wife? So what, I have kids? Now I can go either way. So what, I have a husband? So what, I have kids? So what? No, it matters. If what you did only affected you, that'd be fine. But for this particular thing, I don't know about any of you who have been through the betrayal challenge. This was a big fat trigger, and a reminder and a wow moment. Like, man, what were you thinking? And here's the thing for, and this is in general, okay? This is not just specific to Mr. Moore. This is in general and specific. What makes you think that if you're doing something in secret, that it's not going to get out? What happens in the dark is always going to come to the light, especially if it's sin. I don't know. I don't know why you think that you're not going to ever get found out. You always get found out. And now, so let's back up. God, because, okay, let me say this. We always want to find God after we're already in the mess. Now, God has given us normally a warning before it all comes to, go splat on the wall. Always, always, always. God gives you he's like, it's coming. Because God forgives. You ask for forgiveness, he forgives, but guess what? There's a consequence, and you are going to have to pay the consequence. The only problem with that is, and I've said it before in other lattes, is that you don't know what the you don't know what the consequence is going to be, right? And so on this one, he didn't realize that not only are you going to lose everything, your job, the money that went with that job, that wife may stay. And if she does, I am not mad at her. I'm not. Um, but what I'm saying is, y'all, we as believers, oh my stars, I have been praying for him since. Okay, so let me back up. I went a little ahead of myself. When I heard the story, and little stuff is trickling out today. So they said he had mental issues, and that he got arrested because instead of going to God, because he was found at a church, y'all. After all the drama, he went to church. After all the drama, they arrested him at church. At a church. So 6 months ago, when they started the investigation, 6 months ago, both he and she, the alleged woman, said, there's nothing going on. There's your warning. That's warning shot number one. There's the warning shot. They're investigating you. I think I better end it. Y'all, be ever vigilant. You got to always be calling on Jesus. You have to always be ready in season and out of season. And I don't want any to say, oh my gosh, she's just doing all these cliches. No, my heart is broken because our Black men are just men in general. I'm not going to say Black men, but I'm going to say right now, because that's who we're seeing a lot of. It is, what are you thinking? And I'm not going to talk about the men and not the women, because some of the women, child, we killing. There's a woman in Mississippi had an affair with the pastor, and then she killed him, dead, unalived him, because he wasn't going to acknowledge, and nor was he going to continue. He's like, I'm not leaving my wife, and she killed him. So, like I said, you don't know what the consequence is going to be. So let me back up. 6 months, you get a warning. So I don't know who this is for, other than me. Y'all, life is short. Folks are crazy. They are doing things. They are saying things. And we need to cut it out. If you are thinking about, if you are thinking about something, if you're thinking about doing something, don't. If you're thinking about doing something, talk to God, please. Or talk to someone who maybe has gone through this, or remember what you've seen, that you've seen. Some people don't come back from this. The wife was still tracking him and could tell the police, check on him. He's at the church. Child, when you hide stuff, God sees it. You may think you are hiding. You may think we don't see it, but the man upstairs, God himself, is everywhere. So he sees it. We have got to be smarter. And we've got to ask God for wisdom. And we've got to stop making dumb mistakes. I can speak for me. My husband and I, we had a matter over 13 years ago. And it becomes do you trust God? Do you want to stay? Do you want to leave? Lots of love, lots of counseling, therapy, and God. God, I should have said God first. Only God, only God, only God. So when I saw this, it just brought back a lot of memories. And if I could talk to him, of course I can't. I don't know him. I feel like I know him. I know I don't. But if I could say, man, don't do it. It's not worth it. And then last night in Bible study, we were talking about Joseph and his brothers. You know, when the famine came and the brothers had to come to Egypt and Joseph had to give them the grain and he asked a whole bunch of questions. And when Joseph asked for the baby brother, Benjamin, I'm just fast forwarding the story to put it all together. The brothers, including Reuben was like, I told you we shouldn't have done this. But what the brothers were saying was, what is God doing to us? They remembered what they did. And now it's time to pay the piper. Miss Connie says, or when. Yes, exactly. 20 years later is when they encounter Joseph. Child, you don't know when it's coming. So, man or woman, boy or girl, take a lesson. Take a page of this big fat lesson, this big old fat lesson. It is not worth it. If God gives you a wife, or if God gives you a husband, do right. Stay right. Don't do anything dumb. Because it's going to come out. And it may not come out right away, but it's going to come out. And when it comes out, it could be small and covered up, or it could be huge like this. Tony and I are writing a book. He said, she said, giving the different perspectives of what sin can do to your marriage. This lesson is also for those of you who God has given you an assignment and he has told you what to do. And instead of doing it, you have put it off, or you say you're going to do it later, you're going to procrastinate, or you don't do it at all. I am in that. I'm going to hands up. Not that Mr. Moore would have read my book, me and Tony's book, but I think we should have had it out a long time ago. And so Cherie says, especially when God gives you an out early and you don't take it. Exactly. So we as the believers, we need to pray. I didn't come on to, my heart is broken, y'all. I just, man, and it's like this, it's on this huge scale. It's like, it's just everywhere. It's on TV, the news. It's on the sports channel, the regular channel. It's on every social media platform. His sin wasn't uncovered a little bit. It was a lot. And then there's the girl. I don't know if she knows that she gonna pay too. You saved your job, girly. And the thing is, she rolled all over on him, had receipts and just receipts upon receipts. And I'm like, did you not know you were gonna be found out? And then she kept all the stuff. Dummy. So I've been praying for him. I've been praying for her because what goes around, that's not biblical, it comes around. But you know what? You're going to pay, and she has to pay too. So I'm not saying I'm just on him, I'm on her too. And I don't know when we as a people, married, unmarried, married, single, or believers, non believers, I don't know when we going to get it that stay away from married people. If you are single, or if you are married to another person and you're messing with somebody else who's married, just know you are going to get the beat down. You are. It may not be today, but you are. That is for free. I don't know who needs to hear that, but man, oh man. And let me tell you something about God. When you mess with his children, uh, when you get yours, oh my, it ain't never nothing that I would have thought of. Yeah. So, as the believer, let's pray for him. Let's pray for them, all of them. Lift them up. I'm hoping that he's asking God to help him. He's on like mental watch. They're watching him for suicide. I don't think he will, but this is a lot. And I really feel for him. And so go back and read Proverbs. It is full of a plethora of wisdom. It and remember, for Proverbs, the verses are not like linked. Each verse is unto its own. So, you can glean from that. That's what I did when I study. Yeah. You sow what you reap. Exactly. You reap what you sow. Exactly. And I'm going to keep on saying that don't think that you can mock God. Don't think that you can bargain with God about this. Here you are on a big stage, and there's not many. We are gaining. There's not many Black coaches. Here's an opportunity, and you squander it for a moment. You squander it for a moment, and you risk it all. Don't risk it all. Do what's right. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he'll direct your path. Let God lead you. Let God direct you. Let him help you. And when you are, there's 2 Corinthians, I think it is. I don't have it right up where it says, God will give you a way of escape. Child, when God gives you an opening, please take it. If you find yourself in the midst of sin, ask God, cry out to God. He will help you. Now, will you take the lifeline? I'm back to Cherie. When he gives you the opportunity, the early out, take it. Take it. So, now the elephant in the room, that's for another latte. I'm not going to do that one today. I can't. That's a lot. But that, we as a people, we're separated on Sundays. We're segregated. And even with our friends, we talk to them, but we don't have the hard conversations. And on many lattes, we've talked about having the hard conversations. And I believe that I'm going to have one with my white girlfriends. Yeah. This one right here, it's not always about color, but this one right here, yeah. So that's all I have. I just wanted to share that I couldn't keep it to myself. I really wanted to, but God was like, no, you get out, because there's more than you who think, there's more than me I know that think, oh my stars, what are we going to do? When folks think right is wrong and wrong is right, we're in a mess. Jesus is soon to come back. And so we need to talk to one another. We need to talk not just to believers, but we need to talk to the unbelievers. And we need to share with them that this right here is wrong. And when you do wrong, you are going to pay. When you do wrong, you are going to pay. And it matters. Right? All right. Pray for my dude and his wife and everybody involved. And Michigan. Because I think they could have fired him another way. Just saying. All right. I love you all. Thank you for listening. And I will see you at the end of the month. But Lattes will come back in January as a podcast. And excuse me, we'll have lots of new things in a new format. Okay? All right. Have a wonderful night.